Welcome to the House Edge Sports Network, the pulse of youth sports.
At the Peewee division, we had, unfortunately, not unfortunately, it was a great, fantastic football game. Let me just quickly check here. I think the score in that game was 14-6. I have it loaded up right here, so let me just double check here. But again, we had Coach Jeff Karate and his fantastic group of kids that he's had for 5 or 6 years in the OVFL, and Nick Haffa playing against the Giants from North Gloucester, and the Giants from North Gloucester won that game 14-6. 2 punt return touchdowns by number 22, who definitely was the MVP of the game. Extremely impressive athlete. I'd love to see him continue with football and see what he can achieve, because the way that he moves, he looks like a great talent. Hopefully he can keep it on the rails, keep his head on earth, not get too cocky about himself. Not that he is, but just sometimes when you have success at a young age, some of these kids can sort of think of themselves maybe a little better than they are. But he had a fantastic game. And I know something about this game. I know, unfortunately for the Cumberland Panthers, the last time that they played the North Gloucester Giants, their starting quarterback, Christian, went down with a broken collarbone, separated shoulders, something of that nature, unable to play in this championship game. I think that really obviously put the advantage in North Gloucester Giants' favor. Christian is one of the most talented quarterbacks we've seen in the city the last 5 years or so, and for him not to be playing in that game really put the Cumberland Panthers at a disadvantage at the quarterback position, which is at Peewee probably the most important position, or any league for that matter. But I will say that Coach Karate and his staff and Josh Ruby, who ended up playing quarterback for them, gave an unbelievable amount of effort and really put forth tremendous. I don't want to use the word effort. I can't find a different word right now, but it was just it was a gutsy performance. I know that the positivity that I saw from Coach Karate on the sidelines all game was astonishing. Not that he isn't usually, but he understood what his team was facing when he was playing such a great team in the North Gloucester Giants, and what he was facing without his best quarterback in there. They devised a fantastic game plan. They ran the ball with Fabrice. They tried to use a couple not trick plays, but gadget plays to maybe catch the North Gloucester Giants off guard. But the North Gloucester Giants defense was very good. There was the one play you'll see on the highlight. Josh Ruby did a little Doug Flutie in the pocket, got away from it, was able to get the ball to Fabrice, who made a couple of moves, an incredible stutter step, got it down the sidelines, wasn't able to score on the play, was able to score on the next play to tie it up 6-6. And late in the game, pinned in their own end, the Cumberland Panthers were forced to punt, and they were using a short snap, man on side formation. They did recover one of the punts, which was it didn't end up being a turning point in the game, but they had an opportunity early on to score a touchdown. But I do feel that, I know Coach Karate isn't a guy that overall likes to punt. He would rather take the ball, run an offensive play, and keep getting first downs to keep his defense off the field and keep his offense on the field. But when you don't have a quarterback and you're facing 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, when you don't have your starting quarterback in there, or somebody who's confident in throwing passes that are short, it's really tough to have the confidence as a coach to go for it on 3rd down. So Coach Karate was forced to punt a lot more than I know traditionally he likes to, and they did their best to keep the ball away from number 22. But with that short formation, with the punter really close to the center and a few men on side, they didn't contain on those 2 touchdowns. They were the same plays. Number 22 broke it around the end, and once he gets free, there's no way you're going to catch that guy because he's an unbelievable athlete. And this was another great football game. It wasn't a sexy game by any stretch of the imagination. It was a hard-nosed Peewee football game. These guys, like Jesse and I always say, when you start playing in the Peewee division, this is when football really becomes football. Hormones start kicking in. These kids are now 13, 14 years old. They understand what it takes to be a football player, and they do take football quite seriously. These are kids that probably want to continue to play a few more years after this. So it was a hard-hitting, well-played game. Not a lot of cheap shot penalties. Not a lot of turnovers in my mind. Maybe a couple here and there. Near the end of the game, Cumberland actually ended up turning the ball over a couple times. But it was a great football game. And like I said, without their quarterback in there, I think that they put in a valiant effort and a great game plan devised by Coach Karate and his staff. But at the end of the day, I do think the better team on this day ended up winning. I think if Christian was there, it would have been a different story. No excuses. No excuses. I know Coach Karate won't make them. I know the kids on that team won't make them. And I know that the Giants don't want to hear them. And the Giants deserved every yard they got. They deserved and they earned. And they deserved this victory. And I want to say congratulations to the Giants. Huge victory for those guys. They really looked like they were happy. They had an unbelievable group of fans at the stadium cheering them on, and it was really great to see because that's a franchise that has been a little bit snake-bitten in the last few years at the Peewee and Bantam division, but overall, looks like they got a good group of guys coming up to Bantam next year, and great job by their organization to keep it on the rails and get an A Cup at Peewee. And so congratulations to them, and I'm looking forward to watching Coach Karate and his staff in the OVFL, and a lot of the players from the Giants you'll probably see playing with Coach Karate at the OVFL this summer with the Cumberland Panthers.